All right, I think we're good. Hello, everyone. My name is Bob. I am one of the founders of Outlaw Pinball, and our big announcement is today we're going to unbox a brand new Godzilla Premium Pinball machine. And also, the other great thing about this is we're actually going to give this thing away. So you can head over to outlawpinball.com for more details on that, and it's pretty exciting. So we're going to go through a quick 20-30 minutes to show you how to set this thing up, and then we're going to go from there. So this is how the box came. I did take the clips out beforehand just because it was easier, and I used just a needle nose pliers for that. So I'm going to put that stuff to the side, throw the clips away, and the tools that you will need when you're doing this is I like a little snips, and then also I have a box cutter and then a 5/8 ratchet to get things on. So I'll set those off to the side now. We'll go ahead and pop this thing open and get started. One thing is you want to look for the side that says truck this side only. That's how you want to open it so you don't damage anything. So you'll notice the other side say do not truck from this side, so you don't want to use that. So again, we're going to say truck this side only. And let's get started. Pop open. Got some foam here. Take those out. Just putting these off screen so they're out of the way. Everything looks good. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your straight edge or utility knife, and you want to cut right down the corner very carefully on, again, the side that says truck this side only. One side. Side, and you'll have these two boxes fly at you. Just put this back here. These two boxes actually contain your legs, so we'll go ahead and slide these out, and then we'll set them apart aside for later. So there's one. There's a second. And there's the other two. And then while I'm going here, we'll just take these out so you can see they're already good. Take them out of the plastic bags there. And then we'll start taking off. We'll be ready to put the first legs on. So that's how I always like to start. The front legs, I always like I just spin them a couple times, or you can even leave them all the way down, and then just make sure you're tighten where they're at on those levelers. There's one. And there's the second one. So we got them off the side. So what you'll need then is your 5/8 ratchet, and you'll need to take off the leg bolts that are in there. Again, super excited to get this machine. We actually got a chance to play it at Chicago Expo, and it is beyond fun. And like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, we are actually going to be giving this machine away to somebody. So that somebody could be you. And all the details on how to get your bonus entries, get entries to win, as well as get some cool pinball retro gaming merchandise will be on outlawpinball.com. There's one. Stick it in the back pocket there. Third one. This is kind of the boring part, but it's not very hard. Again, this machine looks like it just came off the line on November 11th, or that's the manufacturer date right there, that's on the bottom. So, pretty darn new machine. And we are super excited to be able to, number one, unbox it for you. Number two, set it up and play it. And then, number three, give it away to somebody. So this is going to be pretty awesome. So I'll put these in by hand. I'll hand tighten these. Make sure they're all, yeah. And then go ahead. Going here. Not very exciting to watch, but just what you gotta do when you get a new pinball machine. And again, you want to make them snug, but don't over tighten them because you'll strip them. Then I always like to just confirm that everything's tight right like that. So there's that one. Now we'll put the second one on. While I'm doing this, important, do not cut this strap until it's time. That actually is holding your head. It's keeping your head up from falling over the head of the machine. So you don't want to cut that strap until it's absolutely time. And then, just so I don't forget to say later on, you make sure when you do cut that strap that you have some eye protection on because it can go flying. Nobody wants to get hurt. Alright, just double check to make sure those are good and make sure they're the same. So they're about as level as possible. And there we go. Okay, so now half of it's already done. So what you're going to do next is you're just going to bring this down and tilt it very carefully until it actually rests on these top two legs. As you can see, everything looks good here. There's actually a big checklist that talks about all kinds of stuff, so if you want to do some reading, go for it. We'll just set that off to the side. And then what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to rotate this a little bit so that I can pop this box off of here. Adam, you want to give me a hand?
Sure.
And we'll just pull the box out. Ready? Yep. Hold on. I got a step on it, so. There. Turn it. There. Alright. I'll pull this back. Looks like there's also a guided setup mode in here. So tells you how to go through everything so that you can go through that before you turn your stuff on. I'm going to slide the box out here. And then take a quick break. I also always like to have a couple of just fiber cloths around, just if I need to wipe things down. There's actually some cardboard dust on this, some packing, but everything looks really good. You can see that this art package is amazing. Zombie Yeti did a great job with this. So machine looks great. It looks better in person by far, I think, than what it did in on video, in the release videos and everything. That was one of the weak points I thought of the game, was just the artwork, but in person it is phenomenal. So yeah, it's really good. Next up we're going to do is I'm going to get a little assistance from Adam here. I'm going to bring this back end up, and he's going to slide the stool under, and then that way we can get the back legs attached just like we did the front legs. So if you want to just slide that. There we go. And this is a little high, but any kind of stool, as long as it's higher than what the legs will be, you'll be good to go. So I'm just going to take these out. Oh yeah, this has got a date of November 18th on it, so this baby is fresh off the line. So it's super exciting. Hopefully everybody else who has one in order gets theirs quickly, but like I said, if you don't have one order and you want one, or you don't want to wait so long, we are giving this thing away. So pretty crazy, pretty exciting. I like to just take all 4 out at once so then you don't have to go back and forth. Alright, now we're going to get the other legs. We're going to put them on. So I'm just taking them out of the sleeves right now. We'll set this one here. Put that over there. Now, since these are the back legs, you'll want to notice that we do want to loosen this up. I'll try to put it here on the camera a little better. And you're going to want to take that, I don't know, it's going to be trial and error. And also, I'm not exactly sure what they recommend on this one. But we'll go a little more. We'll make it a little steeper. And then obviously you'll just use the leveler on the machine or a third-party leveler to get it to your desired 6.5, 7, depending on how you want to play. That's about right. A little more. There we go. I'll attach these. And again, this is a tedious part here that's not all that fun, but pretty important. Make sure you get it in there. And kind of go from there. Also, make sure you turn your ratchet set the right way. Alright, time for the last one. And we can get into the more fun stuff. There we go. And just putting the last one in here. I'll tighten them by hand and then I'll make them snug, make sure they're not going anywhere. It's a little nerve-wracking when you do this for the first time, but after you've done a couple of them, it's not that big a deal. You just have to make sure you pay attention to everything and not rush it. So there we go. Now I'm going to pull the stool back out here. And there we go. So now the machine is all set up. We're done with the ratchet, so I'm going to set that off to the side. And we are ready. Actually, we're not done with the ratchet yet. I spoke too soon. We'll have to put the back box bolts on. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm going to move this a little back for you. There you go. And I'll put it at a little angle here. See how that looks. So, we're We're all good there. Give me a minute. Yes, Tabasco Man, we're finally streaming. It's not a normal stream. This is actually an unboxing of the new Godzilla Premium. And then we're going to be giving it away. Head over to outlawpinball.com for all the details on that. So there are lots of great pinball streamers in the community. Maybe someday we'll get there, but for right now we're going to stick to what we know, which is we have some apparel. Here's some more. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, and then we're doing this awesome giveaway for our launch. So we're actually giving this machine away. But thank you very much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. So I'm going to get a quick drink, and then I'm going to cut the band here. Again, this is something you want to be careful of and kind of look away when you do it. Because the one time you don't is the one time you'll get hurt. I'm just collecting all the loose ends here, and then I'll use my terry cloth rag. I just like wiping everything down. I'm pretty OCD when it comes to what keeping the machines clean and stuff. That's just me. So get rid of this. See how we're going there. All right, things look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is you're going to want to go ahead and cut your keys off, because your balls are going to be in here, and also your back bolt, your back box bolts. So I'm going to cut this off, and that's good. I want to cut this one off too. Just a little warning, don't use the plunger as a handle. So here's you get 2 sets of keys with it, and one's for your coin door and the other one's for the back box. I think that's just paper. Yep. So we're good there. So you open up your machine, and if you haven't opened up one before, all your menu options are right down here. Most people will keep their back box keys right here as well. They just hook them in there. Kind of personal preference, but this. Get that over there. And yeah, we'll have to make sure before we actually start it up, we'll go through and test all the connections and make sure everything's secure. So what we'll do is we'll stop this stream after everything's set up, or I can keep it going and I'll just check through all the connections, give it a once over. I'll actually show you under the hood then too, because I know a lot of people are interested in how that how the building, mechanical building looks. And here's Tilt Bob, which you should install. Depending on how tight or loose is up to you, but you should install it. Let's put that down here. And then in one of these packages is your balls, and then in the other package is you have 2 bolts, and then they actually secure your back box to your machine. I just put them in the back. You can actually open the back box and put them in through the top as well. But that's more for like on location stuff if you're afraid of somebody screwing with things. Since this is going to be a home use, we'll just put it in the back here and everything will be fine. So, but again, if you do putting it on location, you can take the glass off, and then there's going to be 2 holes, and you'll just drop them right in through the front. But for this, I'm just putting them on the back. I always like to be super careful when I do this too, just to make sure everything's good. And then I also always like to make sure I'm feeding that. I just blocked it. But there's a wire harness back here. And I always like to make sure that I am feeding that so it doesn't get kinked. And the new sterns are pretty good about that. But I always like to be safe. So we'll tighten these up. Yeah, so now we're done with the wrench, and, or the socket, I should say. So there's that little piece of styrofoam on the back of your plug insert. There's that. Again, I just like to wipe it all down to get everything off of it. You got a real nice thank you for your purchase, register your product, stern inside a reward. Tells you how to go. You can actually scan the QR code. Since this is a new Godzilla, it does have the QR reader right in it. We'll set this off to the side as well. And move this. Look here, just make sure, give it a once over. Everything looks really good. A little dust right there. I'll just wipe this down. There we go. That's all good. Just give this a wipe down as well, even though we're going to be taking it off. I still like to just keep as much dust out from underneath as possible. So put that there. Just getting the cord out to get it ready. But next what we'll do is we'll take the glass off, and then we will also keep that bag. And then we will also put the balls in and the tilt bob. Just gonna clean these up here quick and go from there. So when you're taking the tilt bar, or when you're taking the glass off, there's going to be 2 latches underneath. One on the right side, one on the left side. You just kind of gotta, I always like to close this thing, and then this lock bar will come right off, and you can slide the glass off. And what I'll do is on a new machine, I always check the connections. So again, we're unboxing the brand new Godzilla Premium. This is the premium version. It's got the collapsing building and Mecha Godzilla and the collapsing bridge. And this actual machine we are giving away. So head over to outlawpinball.com if you're interested for details on that. So we're going to take the glass off. I just set that out of the way. And I open this back up. And you just kind of want to pull up right here on the apron. This has got the rails, so it's pretty nice. Pull it up and under. And then this is actually the underside. So as you can see, I'll take this out here. Yeah, just loosen it. Yeah. So what we're going to do is look at the underside here. You can see that this building contraption, this mech, is massive. It is super impressive. That's everything right there. I'll always go through and just do a brief double check on here, but here's the whole underside if anybody's curious. And but yeah, this is quite the mech right there. Right up there, that's the Mecha Godzilla. But this one, that is something. Whew. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll put that back. And then I'll just do a quick check on make sure everything's good. And I don't see any packing or anything anywhere either. I'll double check though. You also have a goodie bag in here that has a bunch of stuff. We'll get into that later. And that was one. Okay. Just give it a little nudge, and just kind of flops right down in there, and then it fits right into the slots. I don't see any packaging anywhere that they kept anything in. Being this is brand new, I will probably just peruse the instructions real quick just to double check. Now we'll go ahead and put the balls in. And a lot of times when you get these balls, sometimes they got some oil in them to keep them from getting rusty or anything, getting rust on them. So I always just like to wipe them off with one of these, anti-static rags. Or terry cloth or whatever you want to call it. And it also says right here, if you've never owned a machine, all the Stern machines, they'll tell you right here how many balls go in each machine. So this one says 6. So I'm just going to give them each one a little rub. Yep, just sit here and rub my balls for a little bit. And then drop them down in there. We're actually located in Ohio, so it is actually really cold here. So these balls actually are quite cold because we just got this machine off the truck this morning. So things are still a little chilly. And winter has definitely come. And then just doing a couple more here. Get them all so they're nice and good. And then what we'll do is I'll take the back box, I'll take the glass off for the translite and get that, open that up, check the connections, and then we'll do, if we have time, I'll show you the, set up the Stern Insider Connect on this thing because it does have the Insider Connect, so, which is pretty cool. So I'll get this machine all the way till it's playable. We won't play any games on it. Obviously, this is the only streaming setup we have right now, so it's not really I mean, there's way better streamers out there that have amazing setups and they're really good. So we're gonna let that to them. We need more practice on that, some tech setup and some education on our end. But I wanted to take this opportunity just to go over this machine because we got it, and if anyone needs to learn how to set it up, I should probably go over here. So the other keys that came, you just put right down in there, and then what you can do is this pop goes up and then comes out just like that, and then you can just check to make sure all your power supplies and everything are connected good. Just kind of make sure nothing got jostled loose during transport. And then go ahead and put that back in there. Put that right there. Close that up. I'm going to go over this real quick because this is just a little different. So give me 1 minute while I look at this, and then we'll go from there. Guided setup. Yeah, pretty simple. All right, let's fire this bad boy up. We'll go ahead and put the glass back on, and I'll move it back just a little bit so you guys can see how it's gonna look. Bring it back a little more.
You're good in the camera.
All right. So there's that. And I'll slide this glass back on. And I look, just so you know, I'm looking at the tilt or the leveling indicator right there. I'm a little on the high side, but I like it a little steeper anyway. So I think that's pretty good. So I'll take the glass, put it back on. I always like to use the cloth so I don't get anything dirty. And fingerprints on it and such. And these cloths are, I don't know, like 8 for $25 on Amazon or something. So it's they're pretty legit. It's pretty cheap. Not expensive at all. So you gotta make sure that's it. And then you just do the opposite. Sorry, I'll get back to you. You just wanna make sure the right one's locked down, and then the left one, you wanna close it up. And last but not least, second to last but not least, tilt bob. So the tilt bob just slides back on the skinny on top. There's a little rod in there, just slides up, and you can adjust how tight it is or how loose it is, how much you want to beat it around before it tells you to stop it, cut it out, and then power is going to go right here, and then we should be good to see what happens. She's all powered, all plugged in. I'll power this baby on, and then I'll adjust it a little bit so that you guys got a better shot at how it looks. And then we'll go through, it is starting up. So, thing looks good. Looks like I'm on version 0.80. So as of now, I think 0.81 is the current version. So I'll just do a setup on that. I'm going to go ahead and set it up right now to our Wi-Fi and our network, and then I'm going to just go ahead and connect it all to Insider Connect. But that's going to be pretty straightforward. You guys don't need to see any of that. It's really straightforward. Just follow the directions. So that's it for now. Thank you, everybody. Again, just unboxed the new Godzilla Premium. We're super happy, super excited to have this. And maybe the coolest thing is we are giving this machine right here. This machine, we are going to give it away. So all the details will be on outlawpinball.com, as well as all of our social channels. And we'll go to, we'll post some more videos on Twitch, and then also on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of them normal. But we'll be in contact. But yeah, head over there, head to the website, check us out, and get your entries to win this thing, because it is, I know it's going to be awesome, because we've already played it at Expo, and it was amazing. So thanks everybody for joining, seeing how we unbox the game and set it all up. And if you guys take part of the getting in the sweepstakes and the giveaway, good luck to everyone. Thanks.